Harvey windows come out white.
Yes. Yes.
Some of them a little off-white, so
No,
on.
they're all white windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, white, yeah. They were white. That was in there as well.
Yeah, so I mean, some manufacturers, they call it white, but it's a little cream
Off-white.
color or a little off-white, gray,
And these are very white.
yeah. Which your trim is white too.
So the fitting inside the same trim?
That's correct, yeah. If I may, I'd just like a little history, if I, would that be okay? Just kind
Yeah.
of tell you my story. So my wife and I moved here 3 years ago from Connecticut. So, and we bought basically a handyman special. It was a house that needed a lot of work, and that's what I was looking for, and that's what we wanted. And we were looking for a place to settle, and we found a great house and a great neighborhood, and we were excited to take on that challenge, and have been chipping away at it. Just been doing what we can, whatever we can, to get it to where we want it to be, and it's coming out great. And so window time came, and we were living with windows that were quite old, single pane windows, and but they were double hung, windows that I was looking to change a few weeks ago. So ordered the windows, not knowing. I'm telling you, I did not realize, and I apologize, for not knowing that I needed to get a permit to change these windows. I felt I was changing like for like is really what I was in the process of doing, and that's what I did. And then it was brought to my attention thereafter the fact that I needed to get a permit, and here we are.
And the chairman lives right around the corner from
He
you.
does, right in the backyard. So I mean, obviously, I wasn't trying to hide anything. Obviously, it certainly was not trying to hide it.
Nice try.
I see Richard drive by every day, so it's if it was. And you can't be quiet when you're doing this. It's not like I was trying to hide anything by any means. It was just trying to, update the house. But the house looks exactly like it did,
Okay.
3 weeks ago. Only now I have more, better windows. My house is insulated better, and we can keep some of the heat in the house versus not.
So the one complication, right,
Yeah.
years ago, there were grills in the windows.
Well,
They were long since taken out,
right.
so
Yeah.
when Joe and Paula bought the house, it had no grills on the windows except
There was one window. If you look at the pictures in the front of the house, there's a bay window. That was the only new window in the house. So my assumption is, I know the house was for sale for a long time. So my assumption is that they probably tried to do some updating to get it to saleable condition, and that window, would be my guess that it was probably rotted out, so they had to change the window. So they changed that window. That's the only vinyl window in the house. When I bought the house. The other windows were all original.
Okay.
Are there any abutters here to this property?
me.
Do
Well, I don't, well,
you abut?
No,
You
you're not
abut?
an abutter.
You don't abut.
An abutter. I asked if there was
That-
an abutter.
Now, there's a more relatively empty lot between us.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
but you're not.
no, but you're not,
We're actually starting to see each other right now because of all the
the
leaves
leaves
are
are
down.
off.
So if you look hard enough, we can just start to make out each other.
Richard, let me draw your attention to this page. You're not listed on it.
yeah,
No, you're
no.
not. Yeah.
So,
There's about a,
He abuts that lot.
yeah,
all right.
but I see the reflection of his lights.
All
of
right.
the
Oh,
water.
he probably sees the
between-
reflection from your house too, if I'm not,
Right.
if I'm correct.
so the real issue is the grills,
Correct.
as I understand it.
Right.
So
Are
we're
they
going to
available?
mandate grills.
Are they available for these windows?
They're not available for these windows. We did check that right away. As soon as I got called the day, when we were in the process of doing the work, Tim Reed contacted me, and I told him I was changing like for like, and I would just come on down and get a permit. It's not a problem. So the next day I showed up, and that's when Beth and I started talking, and she pointed that out to me, and I said, well, I didn't know anything about that. I mean, I had the windows. So I called Harvey Windows, the place where we bought them right away. There are they don't sell them for these windows. We looked at some third-party options, but it's nothing that's permanent. It kind of sticks in the window a little bit, but
Right.
I'm not sure what the look would be.
You'd have to modify the frames to accept them.
Right. So the style of house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was going to just make that observation, that there's a wide variety of architecture in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
Right.
there are other houses that do not have grills on the window. on the windows on Merchant Avenue. I move to approve the application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good. So you have to sign one thing, Joe.
You have to sign Richard's check.
We'll bring over the pot roast tomorrow.
Actually, I don't even think he needs to sign that because the windows are in.
Done.
Yeah,
It's on that
this says that you're going to do the job according to the plan. It's already done, so
It's already done, so you don't need to sign that.
no point.
Okay.
So what you'll do is you'll come and get the approved paperwork and then go to building
Go
for
to
the
building.
express building permit.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Have you filled that out yet?
I have not,
Oh,
no, I
okay.
didn't know that process. So I could come tomorrow and do that, or what you?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a 10-day appeal period, but this one, there's not going to be one because it's already done. And
So what should I do?
so come in Wednesday, and I'll
Wednesday.
give you your paperwork and you can fill out, you can go to building.
Great.
So you're all set.
I'm all set.
Yeah, good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Stay dry.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay. The next item is concerned with new signs at Taylor Bray Farm, located at 108 Bray Farm Road North. We have Martin Murphy here.
Martin Murphy, and this is Bob Clark.
Bob Clark, good.
I'm the president of Taylor Bray Farm Preservation Association. He's the treasurer. The sign that we're requesting to put up is an entrance sign at the beginning of Taylor Bray Farm. The farm is owned by the town of Yarmouth.
Yep.
It's historic property, and we constantly get questions as to when are we open, where do you park, what do you do? So this sign, hopefully, will address some of those issues. We're proposing to put the sign at the entrance to the driveway, just off the road, and set it back off the road, and then
Is that what we're seeing here?
That's exactly where
that's
it
where
would
we
be.
want to put it, yeah.
That's as you come down the end of Bray Farm Road,
Yep.
coming from Oliver's, going down towards the farm. That's the end of the road before it bends right
Yep.
there.
Okay, sure.
And then this is, I think you have a copy of what the design is.
Yep.
It's designed by Plymouth Sign Company. I think they're very familiar with the rules.
And it's really enhancing what's been our logo all along. This
Oh,
is just
sure.
bringing it to life.
Okay.
In addition, we've had informational signs that we put on the property the last year or so that are posted, you know, where the animals are and pointing out where the archaeological digs were, that type of thing.
Where the original house was, information about the restored farmhouse, even one about the herb garden next to the thing. A lot of visitors would come and see the animals, but we wanted to, based on some feedback and some ideas of some group looking at this, enhance the experience of coming to the farm. And
Right.
one of the things was to get them to come down and park and in the right space so there'd be room
Close to the house.
to go down and see some things.
Right.
Yeah, closer to the house, the parking.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
They would go right by the driveway and go over to the barn all the time, and then where should we park it? If there's a few spaces there, but otherwise you had to send them back. So,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So just a practical question. This is a permanent sign.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is.
And you say open dawn to dusk.
Yep.
That implies 24/7,
Yes.
every day,
no.
356
No, no, no.
days a
Dawn
year.
to dawn
Dawn
to
to
dusk.
dusk,
Dawn to
sun up to
dusk.
sundown.
Yeah.
Right. Every day of the year.
365
Christmas
days.
Day included.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think you were open on, really?
Absolutely.
I didn't know.
The animals require a meal every morning, every night.
Oh, I get that.
So do I.
And we have volunteers down there to take care of that, and people are welcome to come. The picnic tables are there, and that's why we want the information signs for people to read and
Okay.
have a good experience when they come.
Yeah, the information signs, that's fine.
Well, I think it's one of the nicest signs I've seen
It is.
that's come to our attention anyway. Move to approve.
Just looking at the size. Yeah, okay.
Size
I'll
of-
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
It's a nice sign.
Very nice.
Now, you do need to sign something.
Yeah, just says you're going to do it according to plan, and make any changes, let us know in advance. Right. I was down to the farm a year ago. Through the house, and,
The house came out well.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
and my grandsons in tow.
Well, if you come during a festival, you get a hayride. You're doing all this stuff.
Good.
Thank you very much.
And there's a boardwalk out back.
That I didn't know about the
Yeah,
boardwalk.
a
I
lot
saw
of
that
people
on the
know
map. I wasn't aware of
The sign
that.
is just going, people don't even know that it's down there, so people will see it too.
People all the time down there, they say,
Yep,
we didn't
Yeah.
know
yeah.
this was here.
They didn't know the farm was there?
Mom was there, and I said, that's understandable, it's only been here since 1630. And then they say they didn't know things like that existed even on Cape Cod, you know, so they were staying over on 28. and
Oh, yeah.
for golfing in the beach, and they didn't know what
I don't-
kind of history was around any place.
We have like, fully 50% of the people who come to Yarmouth, a lot of them stay over on Route 28, but they come to see Yarmouth Port. That's agreed upon by a lot of people, but have you ever thought, do you put like, your information in the inns?
We have in the past, yes. We have some of our membership things there, we have obviously at the chamber spots, and
Uh-huh.
for our festivals, we advertise a lot all over those places, and all the post offices and everything.
Right.
else.
But the inns, well, I just know a couple of inn owners, and they're sending people to, say, Gray's Beach or Dennis Pond, but I was just in one the other night, and now I was looking at what they were passing out, and there wasn't any information about your farm.
I know there's a new initiative that we're going to, second meeting's coming up in a couple of weeks, that the chamber is working on too, a variety of the different historic and museums in town, which we're part of this thing here. And it's gonna be kind of an interactive thing, so if you're at one, you'll be able to grab information about the others as well.
Oh, that's great.
And thinking about taking things like the sand trail of where the sand sculptures are, having the flip side being handed out with all the museum sites. And if you're at one, you'll be able to see where you are. I'll
In
have
relation.
on my bulletin board what the closest one to me
Keep going,
is, and
keep going.
keep track of it, so you can see all the things that are in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's an exciting, a lot of people who were at this first meeting a couple of weeks ago were pretty excited about it.
Very nice. Good.
That's great.
Excellent.
Thank you again.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Coming in. Good.
Night.
Okay. So, it's not too much. The next meeting will be in January. As often happens with Christmas, we end up having one meeting in December. But January, there'll be two meetings. This is the first one, January 13th. We have Friday the 13th this week, but that won't be on Friday the 13th, it'll be on Monday. Good. Okay. Anything else?
to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So,